Okay, yeah, I know we did a Chilean wine on Monday. Is there a crime doing 2 Chilean wines in a week? I don't think so, especially when it's this wine. Look what just rolled in the door, super fresh, refrigerated container, refrigerated truck. The 21 Seña, baby. Ooh, damn. This is a big deal wine. One of the biggest, actually. This is historic, you know? It's been almost 30 years this project's been going on. Hard to believe, right? It's an established, real, icon, brilliant project now. Has been for a while, honestly, but you know, it takes us Americans a few extra years to glom onto the fact that this wine is world class. It competes with some of the greatest wines from Bordeaux, Napa, etc., at the same or even less price-wise. The 21 Seña is a special wine. It's one of the best Señas ever made. You know, when the Chadwicks started this project with the Mondavis back in the mid-90s, this was kind of like what they had in mind. You know, when Tim Mondavi and Eduardo Chadwick were researching the vineyards in Aconcagua that could fulfill their concept of what a great Chilean Bordeaux blend would be, this is the wine they had in mind, I think. I tried this yesterday. I don't have it open today, but I did try it yesterday again, and it is a stunner. Not because it's over the top, not because it has this wonderful sheen of new oak, which it doesn't. The oak is perfectly integrated. 70% new, by the way, but you don't feel it. This wine is just, man. What they're doing here is they're trying, even though the Mondavis were kind of involved at the start, it's evolved into more of like a Bordelais style project. You know, that being said, the Mondavis were never about blockbuster wines, and neither were the Chadwicks. Sure, they make big wines. You know, the Vigneto Chadwick Cabernet, a $300 jobber, has a little more muscle to it, right? A little more oomph. It gets 100 points too, but for a different reason. It gets it based a little more on power. And here the Seña gets it based more on complexity. If you want to think about it, think of like the Chadwick Cabernet, the super expensive big dog, as Latour, and think of this one as Margaux. Classy, elegant, fine, polished, thoroughly ripe, driving flavors, penetrating flavors through the mid-palate. The blend here is 50% Cabernet Sauvignon in 21, with a healthy dollop of Malbec, actually. I think 27% Malbec, 17% Carmenere, and 6% Petit Verdot, if memory serves. So a classic Bordeaux blend, but they really like the quality of the Malbec here in Aconcagua, especially in the cooler years. And this is a cooler, classic vintage for this cuvee. You know, they've had some hot years, and in the hot years, those wines, while ostentatious and flattering, tend to not reach the level of complexity of the cooler years in this area. And we see that firsthand with the 21 Seña. This is an absolutely stunning, mind-blowing wine. Everybody needs a high-end Chilean section in their cellar matrix now, right? Between Almaviva, Clos Apalta, Seña, Don Melchor from Conchi Toro. There's a series of 7 to 10 wines now from Chile that are just, it's like having Margaux in your cellar. It's like having Harlan in your cellar. It's like, these are those wines, and this is one of those wines in a great vintage. 100 points from Suckling. Doesn't get higher than that, kids. And he's getting tougher. I don't know if you noticed. Jim's kind of tightening down the scores a little bit now that he caught some shiznit from the wine drinking public over the last few years. He's getting a little stricter with how he's playing that. And so 100 points for him now is a little more special, I think, even than it was, say, half a dozen years ago. His number 3 wine of the year. So out of all the thousands and thousands of wines they tasted in 2023, which I think JamesSuckling.com with their team tastes more wines probably than anybody else critiquing in the market today. Number 3 wine of the year from him. That's pretty huge. 98 points from Wine Advocate. Luis Gutierrez probably, it was his highest score from Chile in 21. There might be a 99 pointer. He didn't give any 100 pointers. So this is arguably the wine of the vintage from Luis Gutierrez in Chile in 2021. He called it, I don't know, fabulous, outstanding. He had some big words for it in his reviews. And on and on and on and on. The point is, this is one of the greatest red wines on the planet. And it's yours for $1.30. That's a little over $1 a point, which that's a really good ratio price-wise, huh? A lot of 100-point wines, you can't work in that buck a point type scenario. They tend to be $2 a point or $3 a point for those really special ones. So not only is it an amazing wine, it's I think incredible value vis-a-vis the competition as well. Sorry, I'm not like more dancey, but this is serious wine. It's when you taste it, you're like, damn, this is serious, right? You look one of those look left, look right type wines. You want to put it in the decanter. You want to spend time with it. You want to get to know the wine. And the 21 Seña epitomizes that. I mean, the True Dream and the Mondavis and the Chadwicks, I think is in this bottle. I feel it. This is what they wanted to do, and they did it, well, perfectly. There's about 100 bottles or so. Look at these cool 6-packs. Grab 6. Box is really nice. Cheers.